Welcome to the Own Your Life podcast, where our goal is to help bring hope, healing, and peace by sharing our experiences and inspiring you to own your life. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Own Your Life podcast. Today is episode 78, and this is the last one of 2021. Can you believe it? We are here. We are at the end of another year, a crazy year that I think a lot of us now looking back are thinking that 2020 was a little easier. I know I am compared to 2021. Definitely wasn't what I had planned, but everything, in my opinion, everything does happen for a reason. So there are good things to get out of the year, regardless of whatever happened during it. And I know that, no year is without challenges, and this one for sure proved that. And I am so grateful for all of you, for all of our listeners, everyone who's even listened to, a second of our podcast. I appreciate you. And I hope that you're having a wonderful holiday season. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. And I hope that you're going to have an amazing new year coming up. And really just wanted to talk about, the end of the year. And one thing that I find funny every year is resolutions, people doing New Year's resolutions. If you want to hear more about why we believe they don't work, please check out our podcast from a year ago on why resolutions don't work. I believe the title was something like that, maybe a little off, but how we talk about that. And I do want to reiterate that a lot of them don't work. It's because it's not really a lifestyle change. I think a lot of us want these huge things to happen, and there's no shame in setting goals. I'm all about it, and having a plan and things like that. But I feel like so many people set out to have New Year's resolutions, and then by week 2, if not sooner, they've already given up. They've already forgotten. They've already gone back to whatever habits they were doing beforehand that they wanted to break. And I think the approach is because it was not a lifestyle change. It was more of a wish without anything to back it up. Most people do. And there's, I believe by February, mid-February is that's when most of them die out if they haven't already, as far as resolutions go. And I just think that lifestyle changes are what is going to make the real difference in your life if you are wanting to be healthier, whether that's eating or exercise or quitting smoking or quitting drinking or whatever it is that you're trying to be healthier in, or maybe it's your mental health and you want to be better in that area in your life. And I think it's really making lifestyle changes. So if you are, wanting to do better with your mental health, yet you are hanging around people that are very negative, that bring you down all the time, that criticize you, that say bad things about you, and you just, take it, I would suggest you need to make a lifestyle change there. And otherwise it's going to keep going. And even how hard you try on your end to fight that, if that's the environment you're, putting yourself in, that you're gonna have a really hard time to break through that and to become healthier mentally. So it's really checking all the things, including environment. Are you wanting to get healthier and wanting to maybe lose some weight or build some muscle, but yet you've got your shelves are stocked with cookies and muffins and, macaroni and cheese, ready to make, and all this, all these bad foods for you, which in moderation is fine. But I think that's the key, is really having a lifestyle change in whatever it is that you want to improve on. So I would challenge you to not make a New Year's resolution, but to make a lifestyle change that is going to help you move towards the goals that you actually want to reach. And I really think that the resolution just set you up for disappointment, because it's really great to have some sort of a goal and something to achieve. But when you're just wishing for it to happen and oh yeah, I will just, I'm going to eat all the cookies and cupcakes and brownies right now because it's Christmas and I'm going to live my best life. And I'm going to drink all the eggnog. And funny thing is, I don't even like eggnog. I don't know why. I just keep mentioning it in these podcasts. I said it last week too, but something people drink around Christmas time that has liquor in it usually. And if you're indulging a lot, which It's fine to do. I would say in moderation again, and not to just go crazy for a week or two. But that, hey, that's you. It's your life. You get to choose how you want to own your life. I'm not owning your life. You're owning your own life. So with that, are you thinking that, hey, I'm just going to go crazy during Christmas and New Year's, and then January 1st, 2022, I'm going to get back on track, and I'm just going to muster up the strength, and I'm going to say no to all the bad stuff I've been indulging in the past week or two. And it's just going to be, because it's a brand new year, I'm just going to be able to do it. And you might be able to keep that up for a couple days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, heck, maybe even a month. But after that, I do promise you, your old habits are going to knock on the door and come right back in. So just be wary of that and have a game plan. Nothing magical happens on the 31st of December. Just reiterating that again, we said this last year, that you aren't just magically reborn with all this willpower the next day. That it is important to, make the lifestyle change and not to just have these wishes, and to focus on your willpower to get you through. Because I know that, at least for me, willpower is good for sometimes, but it will fail you at some point or another. So if you are wanting to make big changes in your life, no matter what that is, just make sure that you've got some sort of a game plan. It doesn't need to be crazy thought out, just something to go off of. But also know it's okay to make changes along the way, that whatever you do decide to do, it doesn't have to be set in stone. If you need to make tweaks here and there, go for it, because that is really how you have success, is you find out what works and what doesn't. It's not just about trying and then giving up the second that, it doesn't go the way that you want it to, or maybe you're not getting the results as fast, as you thought you would. So you just give up completely. I think it is really about making those course corrections along the way, and to give yourself grace. And really, what do you want your 2022 to look like? I think that getting a big picture really helps, so that you're not so zoomed in on maybe a day or a week or a month, that you can zoom out and see, okay, what do I want the year to look like? And obviously we cannot predict the future. We have no idea and no control over others and outside forces against us. But you can control what your focus is going to be and how you are wanting your year to look like. Maybe something happened this year and you thought, I'm never going to do that again. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to get into that habit. Or maybe some way that you handled something. I don't want to handle something like that in the future like that. Really analyze it and have that set for 2022, that you either want to continue whatever it was, maybe it was something really good, or something you totally want to shift for next year. I think that would be really helpful. I know that's what I'm going to do. And I do feel like that it's important to get the big picture perspective and not just be so zoomed in on maybe just, hey, this for January, and then that's it. Then when February comes, you're like, oh, I didn't think that far ahead, and now I don't know what to do. So just kind of have that in mind, the big picture of what you want 2022 to look like. And again, we can't control outside forces of whatever happens around us, but we can control how we react, how we respond. I just saw more mandates that are coming out, and it's just, man, it's been crazy. This year has been insane with all of this. And I also do know on January 7th that there is a Supreme Court hearings about the mandates. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what is decided. But again, live your life, do what you want to do, be around the people you want to be around, because we are not promised tomorrow. I do get pretty frustrated when I see things like, oh, well, hey, maybe not this year that you can see grandma or your aunt and uncle or whoever, maybe to wait till next year. That is not guaranteed. You are gambling at that point and expecting everything just to be great the next year, which I hope it is. I really hope it is for all of you. I hope you don't have, tremendous loss in your lives and your families. But with how the world works, that's not always the case. So don't take any time for granted and just think that you've got, extended and infinite amount of time with somebody. You never know when your last moment with someone is going to be. So really take advantage of that. And maybe that's what you do for 2022, is you focus more on the present moment, and that you are, with every single person that you're with, like actually with them, being present with them, not thinking about something else or something you forgot to do or need to do later, not worrying about the future, not, getting upset about the past, but really just focusing on that time that you have with those people. And I promise you will have a much richer life for doing so than dwelling in the past or being anxious about the future, which again, most things that we are anxious about never come to pass. So therefore, it's wasted time. For my efficient people out there, I hope I just helped you. It is not efficient to worry about the future. And I'm talking to myself too. It is a waste of time. So many things I have worried about have never happened. So just keep that in mind. And for 2022, I would also say, and I said this last year, and I probably said it the year before, but we didn't have a podcast then, was that you need to have a word for the year. I think that that's really important to focus on. And the funny thing is, ours this year was focus. So funny how God worked that out and everything that happened to us, just to really be focused on what's important to us. I think was the main message, at least for me. Totally different than I was thinking at the beginning of the year, but wow, did that really play out? And whatever you focus on does expand. And it's just funny that the word we have is the same as what I'm saying right now, but what you focus on expands. So if your word's going to be abundance, that's what we had 2 years ago. And it actually happened because we were so focused on abundance instead of scarcity mindset, that things and doors were open to us that we never thought possible because we were so focused on having an abundance mindset and not the negativity and the scarcity mindset. And that really, really changed a lot for us. And we haven't picked our word yet for 2022, but we will be shortly, if not before this podcast actually comes out, because it's being recorded before Christmas. So I know that that's something we have to talk about together, but talk about it with your spouse or your kids or whoever you're with. I think that's important to be, unified on that together. Pray about it, talk about it, figure out what you want to do and what you want to make your focus for 2022 before you get into the year. Because I know we all get busy. We all get busy once, this break is over and a lot of people are back to work and back to school, that it's easy to get wrapped up in the everyday routine instead of focusing on the bigger picture. So just make sure you take some time to figure that out before it happens. I think once, and a lot of people do give up once it happens, like, oh, well, it's already, the 5th of January, I missed it. And that's just a silly excuse for you not to do what you should be doing, and having that focus. It's almost a little lazy and just, I'll do it next year. So really think about it and just have something in mind before it happens so that you're not tempted to just, give up and try again next year. I think that even if you didn't come up with a word until the end of January, it's fine. It's okay. You'll be okay. But I would say the earlier, the better. Before January 1st would be ideal, mostly so you can focus on it the entire year. But just know that when you do focus on something, it is going to expand. So really think about that before you do choose what that is. And I think it will change your life and it will help you own your life more because you're going to know what you're focused on, what you are aiming towards. Because if you don't aim at anything, then you'll hit it because there's nothing to hit. So just know that having the focus is going to be very important, especially for this upcoming year. Now, we have no idea what's going to happen with all the crazy stuff and all the mask mandates and the vaccines, and if they're going to do lockdowns again, whatever. I have no idea. I do know that this Omicron variant is just silly because it seems that it is super mild, that more people are getting infected, but that it's super mild and it's really not a big deal. I know for some people it probably is because you probably have other things going on in your health life that are being exacerbated by it. I'm not discounting that at all. So don't send me any hate mail over that. I'm not trying to say that. What I am saying is that it seems this variant is the most mild and not to be worried about maybe as much as some others were. I know I really haven't been worried about any of them, just my personal opinion, because I do try to take care of myself, my eating, my exercising. I'm not perfect at it, especially with the holidays. I have slipped up a little more than I would like to, but I am aware. And I do know that I am still going to the gym and whatnot, even if I feel like throwing in the towel some days. Cause honestly, I don't always want to go to the gym, but it is just so set up in my routine that I do it. And I know the benefits of it. outweigh the temporary discomfort of doing so. And I'm thankful that I've had that habit for a while. So, if you're wanting to put habits like that in your life, just know that you're not always going to love it. It's not always going to be amazing. You're not always going to want to get up and either go for a run or walk or work out in a gym, lift weights, whatever you do. It's not always going to be fun, but I think for me, knowing the benefit on the other end of it is worthwhile, and really being outcome focused and not so much on the process of what's happening. Like with the workouts, I'm not overjoyed every morning to do so, but I have never left the gym thinking, wow, I wish I didn't come here today. That's never happened to me. So I've always been thankful that I push myself to do it. But I think that, with whatever habit you're trying to do, just know that you probably are not going to love it every single day, but that's okay. And to keep going anyways, and really to look at the outcome. What are you trying to get out of it? And if it's getting you towards that goal, awesome. If not, then make the adjustment that you need to make. But all in all, I think 2021 was crazy, a lot crazier than a lot of us expected it to be. Definitely different. I know we lost some loved ones, and I'm sure some of you out there have too. And really just want to thank you guys again for joining us on our podcast, faithfully listening, or whether this is your first time, welcome. We hope that you keep coming back and to listen to us every single week. And I love you all. Thank you all for the support. We are so appreciative of each and every one of you, and just hope that you keep listening into 2022. So with that, please subscribe, please share this message, please rate and review us. And until next time, own your life, because your life is your responsibility. Thank you all for listening. If this added value to you, please click subscribe and rate and review us. You can also find us at Own Your Life Co. on Instagram and Facebook, and ownyourlifeco.com. And as always, own your life, because your life is your responsibility.